Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create
I am the last pillar, the only survivor of the Circle of Nine. At my whim, the world will be healed or damned. At my whim. Once I embraced my powers, I realized that Vorador was correct. We are gods. Dark gods. And it is our duty to thin the herd.
You have won the battle, but the war between your kind and mine will never end. Our banishment in the demon dimension also ensures our immortality. One day, we shall return.
Should your kind breach that place of banishment again, I will be waiting.
You will not live that long.
I have lived long enough to dispose of you. The enemy had fallen. The Hilden were sealed again in their exile. All of Nosgoth lay at last at my feet. Where then was my jubilation? Where the joys of the conqueror, victorious at last after so long a war? Could so great an achievement, reached at last after centuries of struggle, be undercut by so small a thing as doubt? Uma, what was it she said to me in that fatal moment when she took from me the Nexus Stone? How would my rule differ from that of the Sarafan Lord? If you had lived, Uma, you would have learned the difference. You should have trusted me. The war was over, and yet there was another battle to be fought. The cruel masters of Nosgoth, the Sarafan, now leaderless, still had to be put down. There were cities to be rebuilt, and order to be restored, and a new rule. My rule would then begin. To the victor go the spoils. At last, Nosgoth would be mine.
Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Kain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow. Until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. There was only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation. I, Lazio, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the Lake of the Dead. Cast him in. Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
I was muted. There we go. Now, I was saying that you guys can't see the PS5 screen, but I can because I forgot. This is my new PS5 Pro. I forgot they come with HDCP enabled. And if you have it hooked up to a capture card, you got to disable it to be able to see anything. There. I got to restart the game now. And you guys are going to see that intro again, because it's actually the beginning of the game, but I figured it was a nice little pre-stream thing. All right. Let me make sure all the audio's up and running. I think we're good. You know what's interesting about this? I haven't played this yet, but I was exploring a bit. Look at this. If you go to bonus content, there's lost levels. There are levels that got cut from the game. But, like, you can actually go through and play them if you want. Like, you go to Forges, Sunlight Forge, and look. Like, they're full playable levels that were cut from the game. But the only downside is these are not the remastered graphics. They keep them with the regular graphics. It's not like Tomb Raider where you can go back and forth. The game is completely remastered with the exception of these lost levels. These lost levels, these are just the old school graphics. But, yeah. We're doing the main game. So let's go back. So, Reaver. I heard this has a map. Yeah, that's what I heard too. So I'm excited to check it out. Because that was my main complaint about this game not aging well. Was that traversing the world was really hard. Because half the time I was forgetting like where I needed to go or where I was going. New game.
Kain is deified.
Don't you have an HDMI splitter to bypass protection? I do, but I have it hooked up to my PS3 because that's where I record like Blu-rays and stuff that I want to record for streaming. Not for streaming, for like reviews and stuff. And also with the PS5s for 4K, the splitters won't work unless they're HDCP. I think it's 2.3. And most of them are 2.2. They haven't caught up yet. The PS5 has like super secure technology for it.
Became less human.
Actually, let me see how much those are. I haven't looked recently.
Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift.
Because I've got a couple 4K HDMI splitters, and black screen, they don't work.
Until I had the honor of surpassing my lord.
Yeah, because the PS5 uses HDCP 2.3, and most of them only go up to 2.2. Yeah, see, look. There's one for $80 on Amazon. But if you look at the description, HDCP 2.2 compliant. It won't even cut through the PS3 or the PS5.
Transgression, I earned a new kind of reward.
That sucks.
Agony.
Well, you don't need it on Xbox? Yeah, you do if you want to record anything that is,
only one
you know, like if you want to actually like record a movie or something streaming, you do.
I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever.
Xbox has HDCP built in also, but it's not active like on the dashboard and during games, so you can't disable or enable it. It's automatically applied with apps and Blu-ray player. On the PS5, it's you can turn it on and off. God, look how smooth this looks graphically. It just looks crystal clear.
Burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a
God, this music is so good.
and the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell.
Fun fact, the voice actor Raziel voiced Drew Pickles in Rugrats. No way.
Eternity passed,
That's awesome.
and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
It's all new to you, Lunchbox? Very cool. Like, this is a good scene. I'm gonna do my timeline eventually. I think I'm gonna get started on it this year. Because this game has a really good storyline. The whole series does.
I know you, Raziel.
How's the audio?
You are worthy.
Is the audio okay?
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
He looks awful. Imagine waking up and you look like that.
Survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
Audio's 100% cool.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn.
This looks significantly
Birth
better.
of one of Kain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nosgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer, avenge yourself.
I like that.
Settle your
Avenge
dispute
yourself.
with Kain. Destroy
I tried to
him
look
and
at the
your
lore and Legacy of Kain. No, you can't. You can't just read up on the lore.
wheel of fate
On it, you
shall
have to
begin.
experience it, or wait till my timeline series.
To read their
it
souls.
it involves time travel. That's all you need to say right now.
Become my
A lot of there's time travel.
my angel of death.
Once you introduce time travel, it's like, oh, this is gonna get complicated now. This is the first game Raziel's in, though. So this is technically Legacy Kain 3. Man, this looks so much better. See, I love this trend. I want to see this trend continue. Where Aspire, Night Dive Studios, whoever, they just take these old games and just remaster them. Like, we just got The Thing also remastered. That's so cool that they're doing this. And look how much better these look. Like, this looks so much better than the PS1 version. Oh, look, you can go back and forth. I didn't think you could. Look. Oh, okay. See, it's different than Tomb Raider. On Tomb Raider, it was right or start button. Here, you just go like this, right click. Oh man, I'm gonna be doing this like the whole stream. Like, even just look at his face. Look how weird he looks there. And then remaster. So much better. The lore is massive, a lot of time travel. Yeah, even Blood Omen 1, the first one, had time travel too. I wish this game was on Xbox. This isn't on Xbox? The collection? I think it is, isn't it? Man, I had this game on, no, I had the second one on Dreamcast. The first one, I don't think it ever came out on Dreamcast. It was the second one that did. Do we have a camera drone button? Let's see. This has the Tomb Raider photo mode. It's the same, too. Left click and right click together. What? Oh, look, but I think it stops after a certain... They got onto us. They got onto us. Look, it stops at a certain point. Let's see if I move up forward a bit. Let's see if I can go in that room with it. Oh no, maybe some areas are just blocked.
These gates.
Let's see.
Space, laying a path.
The only one of let's see, Kain I need to string is Defiance. That's the only one that still needs to get re-released. Oh, let's see how far it goes. Oh man, so it can only be in like the playable rooms right away. It's a little more limited, it seems, but at least you can fly around if you get lost. Finally needs a game, right? I know. The compass. Anyone remember the compass is new, right? Was the compass there in the original? Man, like I want to see like all the changes. It's unfortunately only on PS5. I didn't know that. Man, Xbox is really getting shafted this gen. That's kind of their own fault, though, to be fair. See, I remember this. I'd teleport all over the place. I was so lost in this game at some points. So Reaver 1 came out for the Dreamcast, then it was 2 that came out for PS2, right? Because I had it on Dreamcast. I think it was 1 then. Then that means 2 was on PS2. And Defiance. Yep, this was amazing of a game, yeah. That's the only thing that held me back from saying that this game has aged well, was just the traversal. But it just needed some quality of life improvements, and here we are. We were just talking about this like a year ago, that they need to remaster these games with quality of life improvements, and here we are. They did it.
Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
The souls of your enemies. I checked. It is... Oh, it is out on Xbox? I don't know. I just wanted it on PS5 because I got the PS5 Pro. Although, I don't think it really matters. I don't think this has a pro mode. Let's see. Day-night cycle on and off. Oh, you can turn that on and off now. You couldn't do that before. You can turn the compass on and off. Yeah, I don't think this has a pro mode. Not that it needs it. I mean, the game already... What is the PlayStation 5 Pro really going to do for a game like this? But here we go. We're going to feed on souls. Let's look at his face. Look at that. The man doesn't have a lower jaw. He just has a throat hole that he uses to eat souls with. Right down that gullet, right there. Look at that. Look at the difference in graphics. Look at the detail here. Look. That's original, and here's remaster. My God. Significant remake. Or remaster. This BJ game must be crazy. Jesus. I didn't even think of that. Soul Reaver 2 came out for PS2 and Blood Omen came out for GameCube and Xbox. Then Defiance came out for both PS2 and Xbox. I just remember how boring Blood Omen 2 was. Blood Omen 2 was a struggle for me to get through. Like, it was so hard for me to continue playing that game because I was just like, everything just looked the same. Just all like old like Victorian looking towns over in sewers. That was the whole game.
Your wings, though ruined, are not without purpose. Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
Also, keep in mind, this may be a little bit of a shorter stream than usual, just because obviously we started it at 9:30. But I wanted to start this today. But he jumps good, like Samurai Jack. Whoa. Man, I still need to download Shadow Man. I haven't played that yet. I used to love that game. Anyone here played Shadow Man 2? Anyone here played the sequel? It's not good. I remember renting it.
What scabrous wretches are these?
I remember these dudes. Look at them.
Sua, the scavengers of the underworld. Their feral hunger has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall...
I remember renting one time Shadow Man 2, and I returned it that same weekend, like right after I rented it, because I was so like... I played it, and I was like, this is not Shadow Man. It feels totally different. Come on, son. Let's go. You want some of this? And then I love doing this. Look, you feed on them. Right here. Look, I'm going to gobble them up. I love that. It reminds me of Ghostbusters. Or no, Onimusha. Actually, it's very Onimusha-like. Must download this at some point. May wait for a price drop. Yeah, it was... Well, Cadigan, if you have PlayStation Plus, I think it's cheaper. Because I got it, since I renewed my Plus, I think it was like $5 cheaper or something. What's a short stream? You go on forever. I know. Well, yeah. What is a short stream, right? I guess we have no real definition for it. Blood Omen 2 only did well because the story, not the gameplay. Yeah, because the series was already established at the time. Yeah, no detail in the environment whatsoever. I played Shadow Man 2. It was rough, an unfinished project. Yeah, it wasn't good. I never finished it. Just I rented it once. I was like, this is not Shadow Man.
Spectral and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
Yeah, this right here. In the, I think it was in Soul Reaver 2. If you're emulating that game on the PS2 emulator, it was so hard to play. Because it was, it kept messing up. Like, there was huge issues emulating the PS2 version of Soul Reaver 2. Whenever you'd switch back and forth between the Spirit Realm and the regular one. It was completely broken. Now, we don't have to worry about that no more.
You are young yet, Raziel. You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
can make that strong argument for Rogue Squadron 3. That game was rough. There, see, you dissolve and then you go back to Spirit World. But Rogue Squadron 3, that game, I hated the on-foot missions. They were so annoying to play. Where are you going?
Your efforts are futile, Raziel. Such objects are but shadows in the spirit world.
I streamed Soul Reaver 2 on PS3. I was soft locked because part of the puzzle didn't load properly. Yeah, those are emulation issues. The actual emulators have the same problems. That's why, like, forever I've been saying these games need a remaster, just because you can't even emulate them right. And Defiance, I had it on PC. I downloaded it on Steam, and I was running it on Windows 7, and it just... Not Windows 7. What's last Windows? What are we on now? I lose track, man. I use my Mac. Windows 10. Use on Windows 10, and that shit... There was this issue, and I didn't know how to fix it, because I was looking at a bunch of forums, and even on forums, people had no fix for it, but... Like, right when I started the level, right when I would start the very first level, the camera would zoom into the corner of the ground and stay there, and I couldn't see anything. And it was just, I found all kinds of ways, like, where you modify the files in the game, like, manually, to get it working, and nothing worked. I was so mad. I ended up getting a refund from Steam because of it. I was saying the on-foot parts of the mission. Yeah, games like that don't need that, because, like, even, what do you call it? Star Fox Assault had on-foot missions, and it's like, we don't need that. I just want to be in the ships. Like, what is this shit? I want all the souls. Can I climb this? I climb this, right? I forgot what you're supposed to do here at the beginning. Oh, I think I climb later, right? I think that's an upgrade you get. Oh, here's the map. Hold on. Wait, L1. See, this is new, I think, right? They didn't have this before. Objective, visit the Lake of the Dead. Yeah, see, this is different. Star Fox Assault, yeah, more foot missions being on the ship. I love Star Fox Assault, but I didn't like the on foot and stuff. It was very unnecessary. So far, we've only been to Underworld and Underworld Exit. Who's old enough to remember Blockbuster and Gamefly? It's a lot of us here, I'm sure. It was the touchpad, right? It's an ability as it's facing through gates. Yeah, I forgot. You have to unlock those, right? I remember doing it like... Oh, you know what I have to do? Oh, no, never mind. The camera controls are alright. I was going to reverse them. I get Factor 5 was trying to make it different from Overeater, but it wasn't the best way to do it. And another thing, too, I don't know what they did with that game programming-wise, but, like, you can't emulate it. It doesn't work. So that game's, like, forever lost on the GameCube. It's annoying. Like, that game needs to have a re-release. I gotta go back to the physical world. Fuck, what did he say to shit? Was it the touchpad again? Why can't I shit? Anyone remember what button it was? I already forgot. Glyph menu. Yeah, I thought it was just a touchpad. Was it not the touchpad? I was pressing X. Yeah, you're right. It is square. I was pressing X, that's why. Onwards. The world of Nosgoth. It's all messed up because of Blood Omen 1. Blood Omen 1 is a weird game. That one I do feel is not aged well. Started the long game Ghost Recon Wildlands. I love Ghost Recon Wildlands. I never finished Breakpoint. The story didn't capture me, but
These creatures.
that game is really good though.
They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul, scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood.
Ooh, look at that. Look at those graphics.
Suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel. Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
I want to go look at them. With these graphics.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses.
Oh.
Physical wounds are fleeting. Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved.
They actually have like defined
Vampires
features.
need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to
God, even the
modify
armor
my
looks totally
tactics to
different.
Suit my foes.
Way better. I like doing this. Look. Oh man, I missed. You can impale them on the spikes. Ah. Here. Actually, here. You can burn up.
Unfettered from the flesh.
Ah.
Spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel. or you
Each
will
new enemy you see, you have to go back to the OG graphics, see what they look like. I'm going to be doing that throughout the whole game. I'm warning you guys right now. I like seeing what the difference is. Wait, was there a lock-on button? Yeah, I don't think it had a lock-on button. There's auto-face. I think that's the closest we have to a lock-on. Alright. No, I want to impale you. Come here. Here we go. I kind of want to throw him in the sunlight. Now we'll impale him. Oh, man. He healed. Here. You have no choice. You are getting impaled. There we go. Now eat his soul. There we go. Your soul is mine. They thought Shang Tsung was the ultimate soul eater. They haven't met Raziel. Ugh. Look at that, block puzzles. This game, this is one of those games where every puzzle was like block puzzles.
What you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can
I wish
be
this game would be easier. This game is not too hard. I think it's going to be significantly easier than the original version just because of the map. That's one thing the original version was severely lacking. The map's going to make this so much easier. Raziel for the next Mortal Kombat, that'd be awesome. When's the Blast Core stream? I remember that game. I rented that game before too. I want to stream Bomberman 64 at some point. I used to love Bomberman. Bomberman Hero it was called. Can't you uppercut them? Yeah, I think so. I don't know if I can now, though. Because this is all I have right now. You learn a lot more moves as you progress. Duke Nukem 64 was kind of boring. It was just Duke Nukem 3D, right? I remember there were a bunch of Duke Nukem 64. You had Duke Nukem 0 Hour, I remember, was one of them. PS1 had, like, Land of the Babes. There were so many, like, little Duke Nukem games aside from the original. I keep pausing.
The sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
Yeah, this guy was, like, going through that, like, river of death for centuries.
The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
How many years has it been since Rise got thrown in the underworld? Centuries. And yeah, this is the remaster. Look, see? Unlike I thought previously, you could switch back and forth the graphics. Oh, here we go. Look. Ah! I love doing that. Is there another one? I also like throwing them into the flames. I could throw this guy into the fire too. Here we go. Oh man. Into the flames he goes. Can't remember, but was Blood Omen and this one connected? Yes, this is the... Chronologically, you have Blood Omen, Blood Omen 2, and then this game. This is the third one chronologically. Toasty! Crispy. So satisfying. Yeah, Cadigan, you gotta get that Raziel mask and send me pictures of the cosplay. It's awesome.
The doors of the sanctuary were immovable, either barred from the inside or rusted shut. I would need to find another means of entry.
Winback 64? You know that game, Latrice? Nobody knows that game. That game is amazing. That was one of my favorite games. It was basically a Metal Gear for the N64. And then they re-released it on PS2 with better graphics. You know what I just realized? I don't think this game has checkpoints. Look, I think you have to manually save game. I'm glad I noticed that. I don't know if this would have given me, like, regular checkpoints. I love that game. Yeah, Winback was awesome. I still remember the music. The dun 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 dun. Good on with you, asshole. You want some of this? I'm gonna keep punching him to get him over here. You know Road Rash 64? I never got into Road Rash. I remember that game. It was like edgy. I'm gonna throw him into those torches. That's also the first cover-based shooter game. Was it the first? I guess it would be. It was a very early example of one. I wonder how well that game emulates. I'm gonna have to try it out. I think I have it on my PS2 emulator. Because the PS2 version looks significantly better than the N64 one. Oh, come on. That didn't burn him? Well, I can impale him. Or better yet... Oh, look, that's where I got thrown down. I wonder if I go all the way in there. Let's see. Whoa, look. You get in close. Oh! Man, there's probably people taking, like, amazing photos in this game. Like, look at that. Some people probably had a ton of fun with photo mode. I never got big into photo modes. I want to throw them out. I want to throw them down there. Just the fact that this has a map that gives you your objective is a huge difference. You have the solo camera. Ever play Vampire Hunter D on PS1? No, I haven't. Is it like this? I'll check it out sometime. I love vampire games. I need to stream that one, Countdown Vampires. And he's toasty. I believe your soul is mine. Thank you. Shang Tsung wins.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss. My tomb and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries.
You need to stream the Blood Rain games. You know which one I really like? The newer one that came out. I think I have it on PS3. It was like sort of like hand drawn, and it was like a side scroller. Betrayal, I think it was called. That one was cool. See, he said his clan is to the west, so that would be... That's this way. Man, but I want to go over there. Let me save. This is the problem with this game back in the day. I would go off track all the time just to explore. And then I'd get completely lost, like, where the hell do I go? Countdown Vampire is awesome, the cheesy intro and everything. Yeah, I never heard of that game at all until the AVGN review. This game is so good. I fucking love this series. I didn't even play it all the way through until just a couple of years ago. Because I was doing my timeline series, then all my footage got erased. I'm kind of glad, though, now, because now I could do it with the remasters instead. It'll look way better. There we go. Can't stop me. I got weapons, man. Oh, fatality. You want some of this, too? Love Fighting Force N64. The reason I've never streamed Fighting Force is because there is a collection coming out. A remastered collection of 1 and 2. And I think that comes out this year. Unless it got delayed. I don't know. I want that.
Utter desolation. My once proud kin wiped from
Defiance needs to get remastered next along with Blood Omen 2. It's the only one. Well, Blood Omen 2 is on the PlayStation Store. But you're right, it's not remastered. It's just a port. They did add trophies, though, I think. I think Blood Omen 1 has trophies also on the PS5 version. I gotta look it up. Anyone know? I think it does. I'm sorry, you have to go into the flames. There you go, my friend. A little morning breakfast for you. Some bacon, some vampire bacon. You want a little bit of this too? Here. Oh, damn it. It's easy to accidentally let go. Into the fire. Shut up, Fighting Force is getting remastered? Yeah, let me tell you right now. Let me see if there's a release date. They announced it forever ago, but they haven't talked about it since. But I remember because I really like that game. Let me see. Fighting Force Collection. Yeah, look, they revealed it on a trailer 7 months ago. Alright, this is from June last year. Fighting Force Collection announced for PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC, due out in 2025. That's all we have. There's no release date other than this year. And it's being produced by Limited Run Games, so same people who made Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, or that brought it back, so it'll be this year sometime. And I will be streaming it, because I love those games. Although I don't remember a lot about them, but I remember I used to like them a lot. Blood Omen 1 has trophies on PS4 and 5, and a Platinum. Oh, so Blood Omen 2 does also, right? It was gross ass. Oh, here we go. This is how you unlock the fast travel, basically. See, look. This is so cool. So he takes you back to right here, the underworld. So many different ones. This is like early fast travel, basically. At least what it looked like back in the day. I went backwards. Here we go. See, now we're in the Spirit Realm version of that area. Soul Reaver's my jam. This is an amazing series, yeah. Oh no, limited run games, yeah. Limited run games indeed. Oh man, I shouldn't have done that, because now I gotta eat some souls so I can... Actually, do I have enough? I think I do. I need just like... There we go. Hardest platinum to get is Blood Omen 1. Blood Omen 1 was really hard directionally. Like, where to go. Like, that one was very difficult to figure out where to go. And that game is not age-old. The loading times are horrendous. At least, well, to be fair, I'm talking about the original PS1 version. I don't know if that's improved on the PS5 download. But the loading times were crazy. Like, it was straight-up CD loading times that you expect back then. You're just sitting there, everything, you're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Every time you do anything in that game, you're waiting. I hate limited run games. Well, I mean, you know, Fighting Force is going to be good. So all they're going to do is, you know, basically port it back and, you know, remaster it a bit. Limited run didn't really do the work. How do I let go of stuff? There, I chucked that shit. Here, I got a present for you. Right here. Excuse me, sir. There, you look a little cold. You need to warm up a bit. How did I throw it? I don't know. I don't even know how I threw this. I didn't even know how to throw something away. Formula, thank you for the $2. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much.
I'd buy that for $1.
Triangle. It's triangle. Stabby stab. Let's celebrate their 20th Super. Formula, this is your 20th Super Strat historically on this channel. Therefore, you will get 4 Diddy Kongs. Let's give you a Turok dinosaur. There you go. Thank you very much. Can't wait to stream Turok. I haven't played that game in such a long time. Batman and Robin for Super NES was hard. Super NES, tried the Sega Genesis version. The Sega Genesis Brutal was, I think, unbeatable without save states. I cannot beat that game without save states because they're limited continues. It's one of those. It screws you hard. Yeah, that game was not, it's an amazing game, but it's very hard. That music, here we go. Can't get tired of it. Try the PS1 game, yeah, Cadigan. You've been vocal about that game. I gotta try it out sometime. I have it on my list. Some games I missed from PS1 era, Vigilante 8 and Siphon Filter. I loved Vigilante 8, especially Vigilante 8 Second Offense. Had that on Dreamcast. You dare touch me? I'm gonna touch you now. Ah. Siphon Filter 1, 2, and 3 are go. Yeah, we got to stream Siphon Filter at some point. I put it as a member vote, but it didn't win. But I will stream it at some point. You know, Mortal Kombat Special Forces was going to be basically what Siphon Filter ended up being. That's what they were designing that game to be. And then it turned into garbage. I like the old Godzilla game on Dreamcast. What was that Godzilla game? I don't remember one on Dreamcast. It wasn't Destroy All Monsters Melee, right? No, I think that was GameCube. Forsaken for N64, I remember. Oh! Wait a minute, hold on. I think they remastered Forsaken also. Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure they remastered Forsaken. Yeah, Forsaken remastered. It's on Xbox. I think Xbox and maybe PS4? I forgot about that game, man. I gotta play that too. But that one got remastered and flew under the radar. I've never heard anyone talk about it. It's on Xbox. Actually, let's see if it's on PS4. Forsaken Remastered, PS4. Let's see. Yeah, it's on PS4 also. So for those that like Forsaken, if you didn't know, there is Forsaken Remastered you can buy. Yeah, there's so many random games that get remastered that they just don't advertise. And that was like a more obscure remaster. It happened and it made no gaming news or anything. It just kind of happened. Bring the camera around. I remember this area. Should I go down there?
No! Please!
Poor human.
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
Vampire Hunter D on PS1's like Castlevania with Resident Evil controls? Oh, that's kind of interesting. Has it aged well? If it's tank controls, I like it, though. Final Fantasy X is remastered? Yeah, that one got remastered, too. Thought you said Miss First. No, not Forspoken. Forsaken, yeah, on N64. I never played Forspoken. I have a friend that really liked that game. I never played it. So I don't know what to say about it. It did look interesting to me, Forspoken. Oh, let's look at these guys. Hang on. Here. My God, look at this. I mean, this doesn't look bad. Back in the day, like, that was acceptable. That was cool. And now, imagine seeing this game. You're like in 1996, sitting there in your ass playing PS1. And then you have a vision of the future and you see this. I'd be like, whoa, graphics can never look this good. Some Lord of the Rings shit right there. Sorry, my friend, I gotta burn you too. Choose rocks. Trophy earned. Immolate. They like Forspoken. They have bad taste in games. Yeah, I don't know. You might be right, though, and the only reason I say that is because this same person I know, I won't say names, they are on YouTube. The same person I know gave Suicide Squad a 10 out of 10 when I spoke with them. I'm not even kidding. I'm not making that up. They played it before I played it. And they were like, it's straight up 10 out of 10. It's amazing. So, take that as you will. I don't know what to do with that information. Because I played Suicide Squad 0 out of 10 after I finished it. 3 out of 10 when I was like halfway through it. Maybe a 6 out of 10 when I first started it. But when I finished it, 0 out of 10. Negative 10 out of 10. Excuse me? No, I swear. Yep. Those exact words were said to me. And I was like, damn, okay, so it's not as bad as people were saying. And then I played it, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what is wrong with them? Oh, we got another person. It's kind of douchey. That looks about right. Similar. This is definitely a glow up.
This charnel house bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
So every friend is a moron. Like I said, everyone's got an opinion, right? Some are just not as good as others. You know what game I want to play? I have it downloaded via Game Pass, but it was a game that apparently, from people that have played it, is actually pretty good, but they released it with no advertising whatsoever, and it bombed. That, oh man, I forgot what it was called. Anyone know what game I'm talking about? Like Immortals of something? It has a guy on the front cover, he's got like armor, and they have like wrist something. Immortals of Avium or something like that. Anyone remember that? Apparently that game is pretty decent, but yeah, it bombed. There was no marketing at all. I remember it came out, and then gaming outlets are reporting that it tanked, and everyone on social media was like, "Wait, it came out? When the fuck?" Like nobody came. Like they advertised it in one trailer in like a Game Awards or something, or like Summer Game Fest. Then it came out quietly, and like no one even knew about it. Immortal Phoenix, right? No. That one's good too, and that one did not do well either. No, hold on. I'll tell you right now. I think Immortals. Yeah, Immortals of Avium, Aveum. See, you guys don't even know. I'm telling you, it came out and like no one talked about it. And I remember when I saw the trailer at the very beginning when they first advertised, I was like, that looks kind of cool. Didn't talk about it. Game came out and then it bombed. And then gaming outlets reported on it, and everyone was like, what? Did no one ever seen an advertisement for it? Like, you have to market games. Like, especially if they're not, like, well-known. If they're, like, new video games, you have to advertise them. It was free on PS Plus, Essential Magic game. Immortals of Avium. Yeah, Fluffy Boy spelled it there. That's the game. It was decent, I guess. Graphics kind of reminded me of Bioshock. Yeah. I haven't played it myself yet. I want to. I have it downloaded on Game Pass, but I haven't actually given it a try. Ninja Gaiden's on Game Pass. You stream that too? I have it downloaded. The collection. Is the new Ninja Gaiden Black remaster, is that on Game Pass? I haven't checked. Actually, I haven't scrolled through Game Pass in a little while. Every once in a while, I'll go through Game Pass and just download a billion things that I'm never going to play. I was sad because I started Atomic Heart. And I was kind of enjoying it, and then I went to go play it again like a week later, and it said I had to pay for it because they took it off Game Pass. I was like, oh man. So now I have like an unfinished file and achievements in a game that I don't currently own.
Was made last, and therefore received the poorest portion of Kain's gift. Although immortal, his soul could not sustain the flesh, which retained much of its previous human frailty. This weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring. Their fragile skins barely contained the underlying decay.
I like how like he gives a backstory on every like new section he runs in. This game is really good storytelling. As confusing as it gets later. You're going in the fire, my friend. I said you're going in the fire. Huzzah! Yeah, looks like Bioshock kind of deal. Oh, Avium? Yeah, it kind of does. I'm going to play it sometime, just for the hell of it. It's on Game Pass, why not? Reminds you of Ghostwire Tokyo. Ghostwire Tokyo is amazing, and I never finished it. I played it for like a week straight, and then I dropped it because more games came out. But I do like that game. I got it when it was PS5 exclusive. I don't think I can run them with that. Alright, sunlight it is. Come here. To hell with thee! Ha! You know, it's pretty interesting too. You guys know how I promoted the In Search of Darkness documentary that covers horror movies? They are working, I'll talk more about a release date later, but they are working currently on one for horror and video games called Terabytes. Talks about Silent Hill, Resident Evil, really obscure stuff. They talk about everything. So that's going to be a really good documentary that's dropping sometime this year. Probably be able to tell you guys more about that in March, but yeah, they're working on one for video games, and that's really exciting. Like, it's a full-fledged like horror in video games documentary. I like the way these guys die with that disappointed bone. Yeah, they're just like, aw, aw, aw. Like, oh man. Basically, Melchiah and his followers basically zombies. He has to peel the skin off his victims to add to his own body. Decays extremely fast. It's disgusting. It's no way to live. Who else wants to die with a disappointing moan? You? Then you it is! Ah! I hope they put Nightmare Creature, especially the second one. I imagine they would. Because, I mean, there's some obscure stuff. Yeah, I mean, even stuff like... I can't give any kind of details, but there's some obscure stuff that's, like real obscure. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. From all eras of gaming. Were they supposed to come out with a Resident Evil game with George Romero doing it? Actual full game? No, it was a movie. There was like a script treatment for a movie, but it just never happened. Legacy Kain time on this one? Yeah, I plan to. Now that the remaster's out, it's definitely something on my bucket list. Look how thin he looks in the old graphics. In the new one, he looks a little more muscular, at least. Are you talking about Suicide Squad game or in general? I don't know what... No, I'm not talking about Suicide Squad at all anymore. Talking to someone else? Saw a trailer and a guy that was playing Leon looked pretty spot on. Yet not in the Welcome to Raccoon City movie. Not that Leon. God, that movie. That, you know what? I looked up this new reboot that's coming out. I'm telling you guys, I'm not even gonna report on it like I did with the others. I'm not, because all right. Everyone's saying it's PlayStation Studios doing it. It's not. They're doing it in partnership with Constantine Films. It's the same damn production company that made all the Mila Jovovich movies and Welcome to Raccoon City. It's Constantine Films with support of PlayStation Studios. It's Constantine Films. They're going to do the same shit they already did. Oh, and they made the Netflix series too. So do not get your hopes up. Maybe it'll be the best video game movie ever. I have no inclination to think that it's going to be good. As long as Constantine Films is involved, I don't see it happening. Welcome to Raccoon City was a travesty. Yeah, it might have different director, different screenwriters and everything. Same company's producing it, though. So, producer is probably one of the most important things. The actual production company is probably one of the most important things when it comes to a film. Because they're the ones that really set the tone and flavor for it and hire the people and tell them what to do. So you can have a director, but they're going to say, this is the movie we want you to make. You can be cautiously optimistic, but I don't know. I think you'll find a lot of disappointment in that. I did with Welcome to Raccoon City. Was Resident Evil Netflix good? No, it was awful. The live action one's awful. You're gonna know it was not Resident Evil. Yeah, Infinite Darkness is okay, but it's not good. I think he's talking about the series, the live action series. Infinite Darkness is okay. I didn't think it was great though. Especially considering that it was marketed as a show. It wasn't. In Japan, it was just another CG movie. It's a movie. What an idiot. Did he just touch that water? I didn't do that to him. He did it. With Wesker being the same guy from John Wick. John Wick. Oh! You're talking about Black Wesker. Yeah, I was thinking Welcome to Raccoon City. I like him a lot as an actor, but he's not Wesker. But he is a great... Well, yeah, he was a great actor. I liked him in everything he was in. He's also in Horizon. He plays, oh god, what's the guy's name in Horizon? The guy that's always harassing you on the headset. Fuck, I forgot his name. This game's so good, man. This just feels like old school gaming. That's what I like about this game. It's simple, you know? It's old school gaming. Honestly, the breadsticks, the only moment I remember from RE Netflix, that part was genuinely hilarious. However, it wasn't Resident Evil. That's the whole problem with that show. It just wasn't what it was calling itself. Shift to the spectral realm to reveal hidden paths. We are now in the spectral realm. This is how you solve some puzzles in the game too, by the way.
Vampire spirits fettered too long in the spectral realm. When their vampire natures adapt to this plane, they become eaters of souls. Do not allow these spirits to re-inhabit their corpses.
Wait, Wesker wasn't a villain in that one? Yeah, he was, but all the Weskers in that were clones of the original Wesker, which looked like Blade. But they were all clones. They weren't actually Wesker. They were all Weskers in a different way. Alright, let's see what he looks like. See that face? Oh! No detail whatsoever. Look, it's a Jawa. They're Star Wars Jawas, and then they become something more. Yeah, that's a little bit of an improvement there, huh? Well, that would technically cover the Wesker Project, I guess. Yeah, their version. Because you gotta remember, the Wesker Project had nothing to do with cloning Albert Wesker. It was just creating a bunch of smart children that were unrelated to each other. Like ensuring they were geniuses and adaptable to Umbrella's experiments. Like, they weren't even clones, they were kidnapped children. It's closer, the actual Wesker Project in the Resident Evil lore is closer to the Spartan Project in Halo than it is cloning. They did not have to touch up that face, but they did. Yeah, I'm very impressed with this remaster. Like, there's some effort put in here. Some legitimate work was made. I like this. I like this a lot. This is probably one of my favorite remasters that we've had. Like, this is a perfect example on how to do it right. Technically, the Tomb Raider remasters were just as impressive. The only downside is, like, you can't make a shitty game good by making it look better. And Tomb Raider 3 was that shitty game. But it looked great. Alright, I gotta interact with that box, so I gotta go back to the physical world. Fool's Road. Ah! Favorite Resident Evil character is Sherry Birkin because she's a kind girl. She helped. Well, she's also Wolverine now, basically. Block puzzle number 1. Yeah, Cadigan, you know about the block puzzles in this game. This whole game, it's a bunch of block puzzles. That Tomb Raider 3 salt. I have more salt for Tomb Raider 3 than the ocean carries. Alright? Wait, I forgot how to do this. Oh, yeah, here, you can lift them. It'd be nice if Link could do that in Zelda. Love Wesker, he's a bad person, but still so cool. It's because he got sunglasses. He wore sunglasses at night. And the slicked back hair. There's only one hero in Resident Evil, Ark Thompson, who survived an Umbrella Island with no help. 100%. It's a very accurate statement. He's the hero that Resident Evil needs. The hero they deserve. Anytime you see an empty hole like this, it means block puzzle. Look at that. Let's fight these with classic. Let's play classic graphics. Classic graphics attack! More in the ocean. Oh no, yeah, that's how much. That's how much. I stand by my statement. Come on, there we go. I had to suck up his soul before it went back in the body. What fact he doesn't have enough timeline projects to catch up on? Oh, I told you guys I think it was last stream I said it. I have a piece of paper that I'm not going to show you guys. Because people start asking me every other week, hey, when's this, when's this, when's this? I have like... It's got to be like 10, at least. 10 different timeline projects that I want to start doing like right now, all at the same time. So, yeah. I'll keep it to myself. You guys will see. I'll tell you what. One of them, you guys will start seeing pop up. Maybe in March. Because I'm timing it with something else. Specifically. And I'll leave it at that. I did not say March 1st. Because I know March 2nd, someone's going to be like, hey, where's that project you said you were going to do? It might be March 31st. I don't know. Is on paper a Dead Space timeline? I haven't written down a timeline, a Dead Space timeline, but it's probably something I would do. I thought I need to lift this. Can I not lift this one? What was, I remember, was it L2 and square? I think it was L2 and square. Why can't I lift this one up here? I thought I had to do that. Do you think it appears they didn't kill him off would have gone far? I kind of feel like he would have been one of those characters that we never see again. Like he was good for one game and then like Sheva. I kind of feel like Piers would have been Sheva. Like you see her in Resident Evil 5 and then they just don't acknowledge her again. At least in game. You guys show us the paper, show me in private? No. Keep that one to myself. It's literally a paper and no one else can read it except for me. Because every time I got an idea I would just scribble it. With like a green Sharpie that I have on my desk. Actually, it's on an envelope from an old water bill. Because I had it by my computer desk. I just kept jotting on it, so I ended up keeping it. But some of you will be like, where's the video? You promised. I was like, I didn't shit promise. All the fires down layer now contain Jesus just now? I thought that was already done. Gotta get that block in there. Do I push it in here? You guys are gonna see a lot of this in this game, by the way. A lot of block puzzles. This one had so many of them. Oh, here we go. Would you leave me alone? Alright, you know what? Now I have to stab you. We could have been friends. But now you pay! Big stakes. The rain during the week helped. Yeah, I bet a lot of people were thankful for the rain. I'm glad that here in Florida it's finally like warming up a little bit. Like I'm over the cold. Like in Florida we were hitting like 30s and 40s regularly, and it's like, come on, man, we don't need to do that. We're Florida. Like why do we need to do that? I was getting over it, and now we're like in the 60s and 70s again. It's like, okay, yeah, that's reasonable, you know? It's reasonable. These guys are gonna keep popping out of here. Billy Cole was a masterpiece of a character. He's such a masterpiece that they never used him again. You know, they wanted to use him in Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. They wanted to bring him back for it, but I forgot who it was. I think it was a producer or someone. Was saying that they couldn't figure out how to work him into the story. So they just decided not to use him. But that would have been his canon return. Would have been kind of interesting to see like what they would have done with him. Oh, here we go. It's up here that you gotta get it. They should do the voice of Kirby. Does Kirby even talk? He just makes little sounds. He's a prisoner in R0, right? Yeah, Billy, he's a prisoner. Well, ex-prisoner now. Do you predict this year some Capcom Resident Evil announcement? Yes, I think so. I think by, I'm taking a guess. It's just a guess. I'm guessing potentially Summer Game Fest. That's what I'm guessing. We'll get some sort of announcement. And if not, I will bet money at the Game Awards. But I think it'll be one of those two, followed by an actual Capcom presentation. I think we'll get a little tease of something at one of those shows this year, which usually we don't see. Usually Capcom likes doing their own thing, but I think we'll get a small something. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, I got that in there. I predict a bunch of supposed already leaked. Yeah, there's always Resident Evil leaks, and most of the time it's from people that are like, "Oh, I have sources," but they don't name them. It's like, yeah, okay, everyone's got sources. Give me a break. But most of these sources end up being, trust me, bros, on 4chan or Reddit, which is just as unreliable. Like, come on. All right, Spectral Realm. Need to swallow souls. I don't like Capcom games. I like them a little bit. I like RPG. Capcom's amazing. They're my favorite developer right next to Ubisoft. I know Ubisoft's popularly hate on, but they've made some of my favorite games. I don't care. So who's going to be the main protagonist in RE9? I think it's going to be... I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Leon and Jill. And I suspect it's going to tie into the Mega Mycete storylines. I don't know, though. I'm thinking Jill and Leon. And that'd be really cool. I would love for Barry to make a comeback, but he's like super old at this point. Alright, do I go over there? Man. See, I gotta get over there somehow. We need all the one-off characters in a gamer movie called Resident Evil Left Behind. That would actually be a good idea. Like, they're actually, like, stuck on an island or something, got left behind, and it ties into kind of what their characters went through also. I hope, because we've never had a Jill and Leon team up. The only one we've had was in the Death Island movie for a little bit, and that was super cool seeing them interact with each other. Those new Mega Man books are now coming this week in February. Oh, nice. I'll be sure to add them in your care package. Really appreciate that, Omega. Yeah, that Mr. Mega Man one looked weird. It's kind of funny, though. I loved RE4 Remake. Yeah, I mean, it was better than the original. That's a huge deal. See, I don't remember what to do here. You know, I remember when I first played this game having trouble in this part, too. I didn't remember what to do here. I know you have to get up there, but I don't remember how the fuck. They have badass chemistry, yeah. And they clearly already knew each other, too. I like how all these characters know each other off screen. I mean, it makes sense. You know what people don't think about, also? You realize Jill and Leon were both employed by the Raccoon Police Department. They were both in the same building at the same time at some point, probably. Did have a Beyond Leon and Barry team, who we did in Resident Evil Gaiden. A game of questionable quality. See, let me go back to the physical world. You get lost in this game sometimes like this, and it's always an easy solution. Stupid question, but Leon wasn't STARS. Leon was not STARS. He was a rookie Raccoon Police Department officer. He was just a regular basic police officer, Raccoon Police Department. I'm sure he would have, like, had a Raccoon City never happened the way it did. I think he would have been a Raccoon City Police Department. Or, I think he would have been STARS. I think he would have taken the STARS test. You know who else? Kevin Ryman from Outbreak. He took the STARS test and failed twice. Because he's too impulsive, it doesn't follow orders in the lore. How the hell do I get over there? Oh, wait. Are these counterweights? Hold on. Yeah, see, I remember this now. They're counterweights. So now I go in the spirit world, and now they can't move. So now I go up there and I can reach it. That's what it was. Now, the way Irons be running the police force, we'd see Leon as a pest. Yeah, that's true. Leon would be the kind of officer that starts uncovering things, like STARS did. Uncovering things that Irons was up to, and he'd, like, I was going to say deport him. Suspend him. Probably suspend him. Do you think 9 will be first or third? I think it'll be first person. And I think eventually, I don't know if at launch, but I think eventually they would do an update to make it first and third person. I would be surprised if they do that at launch, because essentially that's like making two different video games, two different mechanics. That takes a lot of development time, so I don't know if they would do that. But I think after an update that we'd probably get that, so I think it'll be first person. If it's like an actual full-blown Resident Evil 9 sequel and not one of the remakes, I think it'll be first person. I think they'll be sticking with that. Again, speculation on my part. Reminds you of Nightcrawler? Yeah, it kind of does. His overall form, like a demonic looking form. I remember this puzzle. You have to flip these. RE4 did something better than RE4 Remake. I think Remake improved every aspect of that game. I love what they did. Here we go. I remember this. This does get confusing in areas when shifting between worlds. Yeah, I remember being stuck in a lot of parts in this game. Only reason I somewhat know where I'm going is because I played this game already, but... Well, I remember there was this part right here. This room I was stuck for a while, because I couldn't figure... I didn't realize I could move that block, but then I realized you could jump up here and do it. None of the puzzles in this game are particularly hard. It's just a lot of blocks. Like, I feel like I'm playing with Mega Blocks. Like, it was a kid playing with Mega Blocks. See, and now, so you gotta flip it. So the symbol attaches. At least if I remember correctly. Appreciate that in Remake, the first Krauser fight wasn't a quick time event. Yeah, and I also appreciate that Ada didn't end up killing Krauser. It was actually Leon's fight with him, not Ada in a boring add-on to the game. Like, and the Ada sequence was actually good. Oh, that's one game that looks a lot better on the PS5 Pro also. Resident Evil 4 Remake got an update for it. Looks beautiful. So did Village. Village got it too. Oh, look. Drop a save here. See, I think over there... See, I need the climbing ability. Can't get over there without it. Capcom sadly won't bring back Ark Thompson because he's too OP. 100%. They would know it would be the easiest Resident Evil game ever. They can't make it too easy. You wouldn't have to worry about inventory management because you just whip out the handgun. It's like Parasite Eve at the end when she had her like cell bullets. That's Ark Thompson. He has his deadly cells inside the bullets. Secret lemon wedge? Oh no, hold on. Now it's a lemon. There. The Triforce. The Triforce of Vampirism. Here we go. All this was just to get that block down there, by the way. From this area that I was already at. I think it was. Is there anything before Resident Evil to make a game in that timeline? No. There's no... Resident Evil Zero's where... I mean, I'm sure they come up with a story. But Resident Evil Zero is where the outbreak... The release, I should say, of the T-Virus started. There's just nothing else to do. Still salty, I lost all my save data from Village. Got through hard mode, then insane. Ooh. How'd you lose it? Did you not have it all like cloud saved? God, you remember the days where someone can accidentally erase your memory card? Oh. So glad we're beyond those days. Where someone could actually erase your file. Everything's cloud-based now. Resident Evil -1. What would it be? Hold on. If they would have to invent another outbreak that never got out of control. Like, that was, like, something that Umbrella, like, you know what they could do? They could have, like, an early outbreak in one of the facilities and the USS took it out. You play as the USS. And, I don't know. They could, it'd be a nothing story because you would have no, like, outbreak that got out. You know, it'd have to be contained quickly. You weak, pathetic fool! Into the lake of acid with you. Good thing about Resident Evil Zero, they could use Billy Cohen in another story, yeah. I don't know if they're going to, though. I think Billy got out of Dodge. Like, after Zero, he's... Because, keep in mind, he had a military death sentence. He probably got the hell out of the U.S. I never turn off cloud save, then when I want to replay it, seeing all my data gone, ruin my mood to play it anymore. Yeah, I love clouds. Cloud saves is one of the best, like, technological gaming advancements ever. That's the only reason I have Nintendo Online, is for the cloud saving feature. I don't play Nintendo Online at all, really. But it's worth it just for the cloud saves. Hey, you see that light? You want to go in there? Forgot your shades, bitch. Give me your souls. That life essence. Billy selling Origins and bags on the side of the road. Yeah, at least he's alive. Alright, you're coming with me. You're coming down here. Go on in sunlight. You stream Medieval Remastered? You know what, Rogue? Let me jot that down, because I do not have those games written down. And I've never... I don't know if I've actually played through those. Those are ones that my cousin had on PS1. He had the first game, and I know I sampled it, but I don't think I've actually ever played through any of those. Those might be good classic streams. Told you guys, I'm doing a lot of classic streams this year. I mean, here's one of them. And Monday, we're doing Turok. God, I remember how long I waited for that Turok remaster, because it came out on PC and Steam forever before the Xbox remasters. And I bought it on Steam too, and then I was pissed because like forever later it came out on Xbox. I was like, man, I would have waited. Oh, what the hell? Wait, where are you going? Come on, man, I had him in that sunlight. What the fuck was that? Alright, maybe I can't kill this one in particular in there. Okay. Alright, I'll meet you up here. He wants to go up there. I am Torak. Pac-Man World Repack is on PS Plus Essential. Ooh, I gotta download it. It's free? What is that? Is that like a remaster of the original? I love Pac-Man. All I can hear is Shao Kahn getting his ass kicked. Is that your best? You suck. He was so offensive. You weak, pathetic fool. That was the worst, though, what he would say. Is that your best? It's like, yes. Yes, it is. What do I do now? I'm running out of quarters. Asshole. More box puzzles, I think. Not yet. Every time you hit one of these enemies, it's Shao Kahn getting punched in FK. It does kind of sound like it. That dude's dead. Hello, human. I'll let you live. The zombie from Medieval was fun to play in PlayStation All-Stars. That game was so underrated. I really enjoyed PlayStation All-Stars, but it bombed. And it bombed because they didn't completely copy Smash Brothers. They were actually trying to be somewhat original. And it's one of those rare cases where, okay, you should have just copied Smash Brothers exactly. Like, instead of just... Because it's such an easy game. It's too easy. All you gotta do is spam your hits until you get to, like, level 3 move, and then you kill everything on screen. Like, it's... That's how you damage characters in the game. Instead of doing just the percentages. Like, come on, Nintendo's not gonna come after you. Like, that's like... Imagine if fighting games didn't copy each other. We would have no health bars in the fighting games. Like, just do what Nintendo did. That's it. It would have been amazing. most heard Shao Kahn line for me was, "That was pathetic. That was pathetic." Oh! I love when you kill on Mortal Kombat 2. No, no, no! And then he just explodes. And then he's fine, because he invades Earthrealm in Mortal Kombat 3. It's like, wait a minute, I saw this motherfucker explode. What happened? They fixed it in Mortal Kombat 9, where Liu Kang just kind of, like, puts a hole in his chest. And then Quan Chi, like, magically repairs him. There you go. Need another one of those. After a different Smash Bros. Copycats, I appreciate what All Stars tried to achieve. Yeah, I did. Like, I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to be, like, somewhat original while using that Smash formula, but, man, it would have been so much better if they just copied it. It would have been better. It would have been better for them, too. It would have been a better game overall. It was weird, though, because you had, like, it was supposed to be, like, PlayStation Classic characters, but then you had, like, the new Dante from DMC. It's like, that's not classic. That's like and then the Big Daddy, it's like, wait a minute. The Big Daddy, that was Xbox exclusive at a point in time. It came out on PS later, so what is he doing as a PlayStation All-Star? I was like, no, he's not. So it was just, I don't know, it was kind of weird. I did like, the General Raddick, I think his name was, in Killzone. I liked having him in there. Killzone is a very underrepresented series in general. It was different here, called General Shao. Because they basically retconned that over time. His name used to be Shao Kahn. And then they retconned it with Mortal Kombat 11, where... Actually, Mortal Kombat X retconned it. And they made Kahn a title. And then Shao was his name. So then it was Kotal Kahn. And I was like, Kahn was never, like, a title until that game. Before that was his name. It was Shao Kahn, Emperor of Outworld. And then you had Onaga before him. So, like, was it Onaga Khan? They never like mentioned that. But yeah, that was the basically what Mortal Kombat has done for the beginning. They make up shit as they go along. And they craft better world, better stories over time. Oh, here we go. Now I can turn it. There we go. The Big Daddy saw should have went to Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, like characters like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, where were they? But then you had characters like, and then Isaac from Dead Space 3. It's like, that's not PlayStation. I mean, I love Isaac, but that's not PlayStation All-Star. Even Crash wasn't necessarily exclusive at the time anymore, but you just feel it's more PlayStation. When you think of PlayStation, you think of characters like that. Lara Croft, like classic Lara Croft, would have been amazing to have in there. Okay, now I think I can get out of here. See, Multiverse will be shutting down online servers. I'm glad, because now it's going to be playable offline, and you don't have to... Well, actually, Cadigan, maybe you know, because I didn't look at the details. Are all the characters going to be available to play, or are you still going to have to, like, grind and grind and grind to unlock them? Are they just, like, dumping the game and just unlocking all of them? Because that's what I want. I just want all the characters to play as. I'm glad. It sucks to say it because, you know, people get affected by it negatively, but I like seeing these live service games fail. I don't want live service to be like a thing. Finish the game and release it. That's it. I wish this game has DLC. Technically, this remaster does, because you have the lost levels that never released. Or that were deleted from the game, or they didn't have time to finish. They are playable. I don't think those have remastered graphics, though. Crash, Lord Cross, Spiral, those are the original. Skinny Sweet Tooth? Oh, God, that was so weird. I like that they used Twisted Metal Black Sweet Tooth. Like, that's his, like main look now. And I like that. Multiverse isn't available on Switch? I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. MK4, I was trying to beat Shinnok. It looks like he's getting flushed down a toilet. And why does his face explode? Like, nothing's affected except his face. Like, his face just explodes and he goes, like, flying back into the arrow. It's so brutal. Oh. Check this out. Where am I on the map? Traverse the Necropolis. Force Glyph. See, and it keeps track of all your collectibles and shit, too. Eldritch Energy power-ups. I like all that. Hope Capcom doesn't waste time on a new live server DLC for the next Resident Evil Resistance. I don't think they will, because it's already failed 3 times. You've got Reaver's Resistance, and before that, you had Umbrella Core. So I think they'll be done with multiplayer after this. I don't think they're going to waste their time on it. And I hope they don't, because those genuinely were awful projects. As much as I like Capcom and Resident Evil, like, those were not good Resident Evil entries, and they weren't needed. That's one thing I'm glad about Doom the Dark Ages. They dropped the multiplayer mode completely, just for a straight-up single-player campaign. I love that. Because they made the campaign bigger than ever. Which I don't really know if I need Doom to be, like, enormous like that, but as long as we're not getting multiplayer, fine. We don't need multiplayer in Doom. We really don't. I just need a solid single-player campaign. I'm sorry, nobody cares about Doom multiplayer. It might be fun for a little bit, but that's not why people play Doom. I need to absorb some souls. I met someone who said DMC is better than the reboot. Gameplay-wise, no, it's not. I know people like to hate on DMC. The character design, yes, it's awful. It's better than DMC 2. DMC 2 is not great. The gameplay-wise, at least. Are you mentally prepared for the Doom Nightmare shoot? Ooh, I'm always prepared for Doom, baby. I'm always prepared for Doom. I love Doom. Those are the ones that I need them to be hard. Or I'll be actually pissed off if they're not. Doom is in the blood. At least those live service games were made by separate teams. Still a waste of money and time. Yeah. There's a lot of... I feel like we're in this age where a lot of these big studios are going to be cutting down on these little support studios. Because those are usually the developers that get screwed by those projects. Like, it's always their, like, side studio. Like, Star Wars Outlaws, for example. Amazing game. Didn't sell very well. And the people that made it, Ubisoft, just, unfortunately had to shut down their studio. But it wasn't even like a Ubisoft thing. They were one of the support studios. So, like, a lot of these support studios are the ones that are getting canned, sadly, when it comes to, like, games failing. Because it's not like the main AAA company that's making it. They're just outsourcing it to a smaller studio that they own. A support studio. Same thing happened with Skull and Bones. It's a small support studio in Singapore. It's not like mainline Ubisoft. Okay, now what? See anything else to burn. Clip the shit people in a couple months. He's gonna be eating his own words. Wait, what did I say? What part? What part? Fake news. Oh, about Doom? No, I'm not. I promise you. I'm not gonna eat my words about Doom being hard. Doom should always be hard. Always. Do you can place the blocks on each corner square? Oh, right there. I guess. I don't remember. Oh, right here. Yeah. Skull and Bones, man, they just had to make Black Flag too. I know. I like Skull and Bones. I did, but it is lacking a lot. It's gotten a lot better. They actually continued supporting it. And it got significantly better. But you are right. All they needed to do was just remake Black Flag. Just the way it was. Like, with a different, like, you know, non-Assassin's Creed. And it would have been fine. It would have been perfect. But yeah, I like that they kept adding to the game, though. Wait, is it not these corners? I have to do all the way down here. I'm about to go back into the spirit realm. I don't think I'm doing that right. I'll put it here, and if it doesn't work, I'll move them again. This music sounds like a Sega Genesis game. See, I thought I had to put it, like, right there. I told you guys, there's a lot of block puzzles in this. We're going to be seeing a lot of blocks. Started RE8 on Village of Shadows and I finished it. First time on the hard difficulty. Yeah, that game is not easy. So if you finish that, congrats. That's not an easy feat. There you go, but yeah, I'm gonna go back so I can collect some souls, get my health back. It's about to get set back anyways. There was a click noise when we pushed in the corner of the center square, was there? Try it. Oh, you're right. I was looking at this square right here. But it doesn't align. So you're right, I gotta put it here in the corners. I don't even remember this. Yeah, there's another click. Box puzzles. Raziel's Mega Bloks Adventure. RE8 definitely is not meant to be playing the hardest first time around. Hell no. Yeah, the first time around is completely unbalanced. But that's by design. They knew that. Because it's one of those games where they want you to, like, upgrade. Look, I fully charged my controller. I swear these... Anyone else think their PS5 batteries suck? Like, these do not last. I had this fully charged before I started streaming this game. It doesn't make any sense. And usually after you get the low battery warning, it still lasts a really long time. Like, more so than you'd think when it's set. But why even tell me the battery's low? Imagine Lego Legacy of Kain, they would go crazy with the box puzzles for sure there. They would go absolutely insane. I think we're coming up soon to our first boss fight. Maybe. Yeah, see, I think this is the first boss fight. I remember this. Might be a good stop point after the boss fight. Today was more like an intro stream to this game, technically, since we started so late. The battery lasts way longer than the PS4s. I think the Sony controllers in general don't have good batteries. The newer PS5 controllers have better batteries. Actually, I should be using my new one that came with the Pro. That's probably one of the updated batteries.
Do you not recognize me, brother? Am I so changed?
Whoa, he looks totally different.
Yes, brother. You should have stayed where the master sent you, Raziel. You will find Nosgoth less pleasant than you remember.
What has become of my clan? Answer me, little brother, or I will beat an answer from your horrid lips.
We'll pause it with the camera.
Everyone is afraid, sibling. You awake to a world of fear. These times of change are so...
Hey, play Darksiders? I love Darksiders. I beat the first one
Do you think
multiple times. The second one I got about halfway through, and it's in my backlog.
Do you believe
I gotta stream those,
that our Lord
so I can actually
would
go through the whole
risk his
series.
empire upon an upstart inheritance?
Enough riddles. What are you saying?
You are the last to die.
Alright, let's see. Ew, look at this. Look at that. And then you have well-defined little feet. That's so unsettling. This is like the Nyx from Resident Evil Outbreak. It like absorbed their body parts. Look at this. You can't even tell what that is, but you know there's some kind of face there and an arm. These character models are just impressive. I like how, like, his face, that could easily be, like, bony, you know? And then they made it, like, a Kano mask. Like, Terminator eyes and metal. Honestly, I think cordless controllers overrated. Yeah, I think so, too. I use my Xbox control. I just use it wired. I prefer it. It just goes right through. Here, your little brother. See if I remember what to do here. Might as well grab some health. The updated looks are so damn good looking, it really is. Yeah, it's impressive. This remaster is impressive what they did. Like, everything looks significantly better. You get the face through gates, but yeah, I remember that. This is how I'm able to go through this shit. This is kind of like Mega Man in a way, because you'll notice in this game the bosses, they all have some kind of ability, and then when you kill them, you absorb the ability. That's just pure, like, that's just classic game design right there. I love that. You coming in? Come get me, I'm over here. Didn't face through that one, did you? Bosses in this game aren't that hard either. I remember Blood Omen had some frustrating bosses. But that was more so how that game was, just designed. Like, the boss fights And Blood Omen 2 were not great, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I might have another tomato soup. Make it up. Gotta get him over there. Guys didn't phase him a lot. I see what you did there. He's got the little arms. Come over here. There he comes. I don't know if I have enough time. Yeah, I do.
Tell me, Melchiah, where can I find Kain?
The Master is beyond your reach, Raziel. He makes himself known when he sees fit, not when commanded.
Dun dun dun. He didn't have to just stay there. He could have phased through. Fratricide. Power up.
You have done well, Raziel.
Am I reduced to this? A ghoul? A fratricide?
Elevated, Raziel, not reduced. Consuming Melchiah's soul has endowed you with a new gift. Insubstantial barriers such as these are no impediment to you in the spectral realm.
Yeah, we'll get out of here and then save.
Will yourself to pass through and
I think that was a good little starting stream for this game. So good though. I love this. It just feels good playing this game. See, look. Phase through. This is where the spectral realm starts becoming a little more important in the game. Because when you first start playing this game, you're just kind of like, what's the point of the spectral realm? But it starts making more sense as you progress through the game. And it starts getting a little more involved with the puzzles. Enter the Sanctuary of the Clans. I haven't started urge to play Darksiders. It's such a good game. You know, Darksiders does have some similarities in terms of like the world design and gameplay. Like the gameplay cycle. It does have some similarity. I think it's a good comparison. T-pose, yeah. Where am I? Where we're supposed to go out here. I thought there was a way out this way. I have a feeling this might be Game of the Year. This wouldn't be Game of the Year. It's a remaster. I wouldn't count it. As good as these games are, they're not 2025 games. They're remasters of old games. I would not want them to be Game of the Year running. I don't want to set that trend. Like, I wouldn't want them to it's like, even the DLC for Elden Ring running, I thought was a bit much, you know? Like, let's get actual games that were made for this, like, released this year that are not, you know, remasters of old games. Soul Reaver and Darksiders make cool crossover. Yeah, well, except that Darksiders takes place on Earth. This is Nosgoth. This is a different, like, whole thing. At least parts of Darksiders are on Earth. Shit. There we go. Guess I just leave the way I came in. I don't remember. I love Elden Ring, but the DLC on the worst thing was BS. Yeah, like, as much as I love a game, like, for example, I don't know, if an Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out this year, and next year they have some really awesome DLC, I wouldn't want it to be Game of the Year. Like, it's not about liking a game, it's like, is DLC a game? You know?
Of the clans, Raziel. Melchiah's soul has endowed you with the means to gain entry. Beware, however. This hollow derelict is abandoned, but not uninhabited.
Even the PS1 graphics still hold up really well, though, for real. Like, it's still nice to look at. It's got a certain feel to it. All right. Yeah, I think we'll save there. I think that's a good stopping point because we took down the first boss and put, like, you know, almost 2 hours into the game. At least we finished Parasite Eve, so we're done with that one. Monday stream. What's Monday stream? Oh, I was gonna say Silent Hill. We're done with Silent Hill, aren't we? It's Turok. I gotta make the little banner for Turok. Turok, the hunter of dinosaurs. I can't wait. That's gonna be a fun one. Let's do a final check on the poll. I'm pretty sure Turok won. Let's see. So much fun to watch. Yeah, we'll come back to this one next Friday because it's gonna be our Friday game for now. And next week we got Turok and then Bloodborne, which is probably gonna be a nightmare. All right, where's my community tab? Let's see. Poll. The winner of the poll officially, with pretty low votes, 23 votes, but with 52% of those, Turok Dinosaur Hunter. So we will be streaming that on Monday. Let me put down poll closed. Poll closed. Turok wins with 52%. So yeah, Turok on Monday. I am gonna go have a sandwich and tomato soup. So yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you for those of you that threw some support my way at the end of this month. We start a new month on Monday with Turok Dinosaur Hunter. I will see you there. Otherwise, everyone, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm out.